Thank you so much for stopping by my blog and opening up this video to learn how to create new and exciting and creative file folders for your desktop. It's probably one of the most fun ideas I could have learned about this summer, so I'm really excited to share it with you all. There are many different ways that you can create these new folders for your desktop, but as you read in my blog a little bit before this video, I'm going to be concentrating on using Canva, which is a graphic design website I've been using for about 4 to 5 years now, and I use it for many different purposes. So before we begin with creating the file folders, let me just give you a quick walkthrough of canva.com. So here it is, Canva, Canva.com, and this is a site where you just create a login, a username, and a password. It's very user-friendly. One of my favorite parts of this website is when you scroll your cursor over these pictures, you can see it becomes unblurred, and I think I'm just in awe at this capability of the website. So moving forward, sorry, I'm getting a little bit off topic because I'm distracted by this awesomeness. So you go ahead, you can sign up with your Facebook, with your Google, or sign up with your email. And once you do that, like I said, very, very user friendly, you go ahead and you log in, and here we go. So you can see your account will be up in the left hand corner. And like I said, this is a graphic design website, so you can use this to create many different graphics, as many as you'd like. There's no limit. This is a free site. You don't need any subscription to it. But for instance, there are some designs like social media. So if you're wanting to design a post for your social media platforms, this is the design that you would choose. If you'd like to create a poster, a card, a Tumblr banner, a presentation, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. As you can see, I'm scrolling, and the opportunities are endless for what you can really create. So today we're going to go ahead, and I did my file folders off of the social media design type. So I'll go ahead and stick with that one. So once you click into your design type, here we go. This is where the fun begins. This is where the magic happens. Over here on this side toolbar, you'll see many different options as far as layouts. So all of these are layouts that you can essentially just choose any of them. A lot of them are free. You'll see that in the corner over there. Some of them do cost money, and they usually range. They're usually about $1. I've spent a couple dollars using some different backgrounds, and each of the backgrounds that I've chosen have only been $1, and then you can use and download that specific background for 24 hours for only that $1. So it keeps loading, it keeps loading. There are so many options that you can choose from. Over here, right under layouts, you'll see this element tab, and this gives you the options for uploading free photos. You can see there's a lot of background pictures, actual photography, and photos that you can use. Any grids that you'd like. If you are trying to create a masterpiece out of a photograph and want it to be in grid format, this would be the one for you. Frames. Then we have shapes, which is one of my favorite options, is looking at the different shapes. I think the only bad thing about this site is that it really allows you to spend hours and hours, and sometimes I can be a little indecisive, so I find myself just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling until I find a design that I'd like to use. So that's the only downside, but it's such a fun site. Illustrations, so a lot of your clip art will be in the illustration portal, and some icons. As you can see, I know you can play around with this on your own. Right under Elements, that's where our text toolbar is. So you can add just a regular heading, subheading, a little bit of your body text, or they have these free examples where you can just click on one and it pulls it straight to your page that you're working on. And then I'll go ahead and I'll just click on this, delete that. And then we also have some backgrounds. So you can choose a color background, a white background, striped, whatever it is that you are feeling like using. But for today, for the file folders, I'm just going to go ahead and we're just going to start simple. Like I said, you can spend hours on this site just looking at all of the different options for you to choose from. But for our file folders, you can see, I'll zoom this out real quick. Over here, I have 2 folders that are on my desktop. The first one is Hiawatha. That's the school that I work at, Hiawatha Elementary School. And if you see, if I click in there, there are some documents that will be pulled right up. I am a Google Drive girl, so most of my documents end up going into the Drive right away, so I don't have that much that's saved onto the desktop. And then I have a personal file folder, and then here we have the boring blue file folder that we're actually going to get rid of today. So with you, I'll go ahead and delete that. I'm just going to start with a plain white background, which is what I used for these 2 file folders already on my desktop. So for that, all I did is I went to the Elements tab and pulled up our shapes. I told you I love the Shape tab. Once I clicked the shape onto my page, you can change the color if you want to. I can choose from any of the default colors. I can add any color that I would like. I'm trying to see, what am I feeling? We'll do this color. Let's see. There we go. Nice and bright for the summer. One thing to keep in mind when you are using Canva to create these folders, whichever you use, the size will not take up the whole page. For your folders, you want to make sure that you expand it as far as possible. That's just going to allow better visibility for the file folder. So I'm going to go ahead and stretch that out. And then I have my background. And then all I did was create some text in this sidebar over here. You can type in whatever you please. You can keep the font. You can change the font. You can make it bigger, as big as you'd like. You can change the color of it. And really just taking some time to, oops, let me go just a tad bit smaller. I'm getting a little carried away. Create the folder exactly how you would like it. If you'd like to add some clip art in there, I'll get out of the Shapes folder and let's look at some of our illustrations. If you are feeling like it's still July and we still have a month left of summer and you want to put a popsicle on your file folder, you may go ahead. But really, that's kind of it. Those are the tools that you can use to create it. Once you're done, once you have your design all set and ready to go, the last step that you'll need to do is download it onto your computer. It is free. I used all of the free elements. So once it is downloaded, I'm going to go ahead and pop it up here. Okay, so this is where we need to really pay attention for the next couple steps on how to actually get this image to become your folder. So the fun stuff was creating the folder. Now we kind of get into the nitty-gritty. So once you have your PDF pulled up, go ahead and you'll need to right click. Oops. Just kidding, don't right click. You'll go ahead and you'll make sure that your mouse is on the PDF. You will go up to the edit toolbar and hit copy. We want to copy this whole image. Okay, after that is done, you'll go ahead and you'll right click the folder that you want to change, and you will select Get Info. Okay, and it brings you up to this page right here. You would like to select the file folder. See how it has a blue outline now? That's because I clicked on that file folder. Similar to the PDF right here, you'll go to edit, except this time you're going to hit paste. And you'll see that I have a new image for where my folder was. Bada bing, bada boom. So I'll go ahead and I'll do that one more time. Let me create a new boring number 2. Okay, so one more time. You have your PDF pulled up with the image that you want to replace your blue folder with. See how it's a little bit dull? I haven't clicked on the picture yet. Once I do, there we go. Edit, copy. Then I'm going to right click on the folder I'd like to change. Select Get Info. Now I need to highlight the folder that I'd like to change. Okay, if your cursor is in here, it will not work. So you need to make sure that you hit your cursor on the blue folder, edit, and we'll paste it. And it's as simple as that. Once you do it one time, you get the hang of it. If you're one of those people who has a lot of folders on their desktop and you like to store a lot of documents on your desktop, once you complete that first folder, you will have a field day with creating different designs and really just spicing up your desktop so that you can have these creative folders. But thank you so much for watching the video. I hope that you were able to learn something from this screencast, and if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me on social media. I also have my email up on the website as well. Thanks everyone. Enjoy the rest of your summer.